we're just going to give this a few minutes, let some people join in, and then I will give you all the update. Hello, everyone. Oh, I see some people join in. Hi, Dana. So, first, let me make this statement. Uh, the reason why I am wearing my face mask while I'm at home is simply because my neighbors have been mowing their lawns, and I'm allergic to grass, and it makes me sneeze. And when I sneeze, my abdomen hurt. So, I'm wearing the mask to avoid the allergies. So, if you're wondering why, that's why. So, anyways, hello everyone. Well, I am home from surgery on Oahu. I've been home for a little bit now. I'm finally feeling more up to uh, interacting now. I've posted a few things on my Instagram yesterday to kind of give everybody a little clue that I'm back. So I'm back. Still got a ways to recover. Recovery from this type of surgery can be 4 to 6 weeks because it was an open surgery, not a laparoscopic. So let's basically pick up from when I left the hospital. Um, Leaving the hospital. What? Hold on. I did what I normally do. Forgot to turn do not disturb on. So do not disturb is now on. Sorry about that. Hello, 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 everybody. Yes, I am recovering. So let's see where to begin. Where to begin? Well, the last update I did from the hospital room. Uh, which was actually my second day, I think it was, after surgery. So I was on quite a bit of painkillers at the time. Though the video seemed to be very comprehensive and comprehensible, which I was surprised. I really don't remember making it, to be honest with you, even though it was only a minute long. I just have a vague memory of that. And um, it was a couple days after that they discharged me from the hospital. And I will say this, that the flight coming back from Oahu to the Big Island was absolute torture. I mean, absolute torture. It was one of the most painful and miserable experiences I think I've ever had in my entire life. And if I ever have to have another surgery of, of this type in any way, I will not fly to another island for it. They will have to find a way to do it on this island because the flying back after surgery was just horrendous. I mean, I could barely walk because they had, of course, obviously cut my abdomen, my abdominal muscles, which throws off my ability to maintain balance. And walking is a little bit painful because I have to stand upright. Um, but that wasn't too bad. Wheelchair through the hospital or through the airport, got me to my plane and things like that. It was basically the plane itself that caused most of my discomfort. The takeoff and the G forces associated with that pressing on my internals was very, very painful. And then the pressurization of the cabin um, uh, was very painful as well. I mean, and but the worst part of the plane trip, I do believe, was landing, the touchdown, that jarring. It felt like my entire organs shifted around, on touchdown. And so the plane trip back wasn't very enjoyable at all. And I could not wait to get home, which I did finally get home later that evening. I actually had to wait a couple hours at the airport uh, for my departing flight from Oahu back to the Big Island, which was a miserable experience. And so I thought, well, maybe it'd be a good idea to take one of my pain pills. Because I had a couple hour wait, so I figured, need to keep that up. That was a mistake. It just made me more uncomfortable because I was disoriented, basically drugged up at that point. So that wasn't very fun at all. So I learned quite a few lessons. Yes, Todd, I am feeling better now. Thank you. Uh, hello, Marin. Yes, I'm doing recovering well. Um, let's see, I'm missing anything. So, hello to everybody else that's came in. Um, yeah, so, surgery wise, what did they do? Well, they opened me up, and I basically had two surgeries in one. I had an adrenalectomy, which was to remove my left adrenal gland and a 10 centimeter mass. So the mass was larger than what we originally thought. On the CT, it was estimated to be about 7.5 centimeters. But upon removal, measurements turned out to be pretty much right at 10 centimeters, 4 inches in diameter, which is pretty large. And it was a non-functional tumor, meaning it was not producing hormones. And it took about a week to get pathology back. And so we now know, and I'm very excited to share this with y'all, it is benign, non-cancerous tumor. So whew, I don't have cancer. And that is a big relief, a very big relief. Because if I had to start chemo or radiation therapy or anything like that right now, I think I would die. And I also want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody that has made donations through my donation links, that has also purchased merch and all that good stuff. That's all been a great support, great help, because with the coming back from Oahu, I ended up having to pay for my own airline tickets because of it was a weekend that I was released, and the insurance company wasn't available to do their work and stuff. So now I've got to go back and work with them to see if I can get them to reimburse me for those costs. Yes, great news it is that it's non-cancerous. That was, a big concern, but doing some research shows that 50% of these adrenal or as they like to refer to them, incidental nomas, uh, because 90% of them are discovered, you know, while looking for something else. But 50% of them turn out to be benign, and so I'm in that 50 percentile group, which is very good. And yeah, so thinking back about it. But so, anyways, moving on. So yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, I had two surgeries in one. They also removed my gallbladder, and it turned out that the gallbladder was inflamed and potentially had developed an infection, which is what was apparently causing the abdominal pain that sent me to the ER in the very beginning, in the first place. Since I have had the surgery, the abdominal pain that I was dealing with is gone. I haven't had an episode of it. The only problems I'm having now is actually trying to get sleep. So let's basically talk about that. What my recovery at home so far has been like. Um, the biggest complaint I think I have right now is sleep. The abdominal pain from the surgery has been very minimum. From the incision, I'm just getting sharp little jabbing pains as, everything starts to heal, and a little bit of itching, which, is normal, when a wound heals. But I do have numbness under the incision, good 2 inches below the incision. My skin is numb to the touch, but that is to be expected from what I was told by my doctor, is that it's because, the nerves were cut. So they're going to have to grow back, and they will grow back. It's just going to take time. It could take 6 months to 2 years for sensation to fully come back. Um, but my major pain has been in my intestinal tract. Um, but I did some research on the surgery and what was in, what all it entailed. And sorry, Goliath is over there. And so basically, when they did the surgery for the left adrenal, they went in through the front, and means that the doctor had to basically move my large intestine and part of my small intestine out of the way. They also had to slide my stomach, pancreas, and spleen out of the way to get to everything. So my internal organs were, shifted around somewhat. And I think while while they had the intestines retracted, whatever, they got bruised. So I think I've had to deal with some intestinal swelling, and because, like I said, it's been where most of my pain has been is in my intestines, um, which has made it the most uncomfortable. From the incision, I'll be honest with you, I can't even tell that the adrenal gland, um, has been removed, or any of that. I have no pain, in the kidney area. A lot of people say, oh, the gallbladder removal, that was painful. They suffered. I don't have any pain from that either. Um, Most of my pain has been intestinal related, and it feels like, I've been punched, in the gut, numerous times, and so I haven't had to use any of the, um, yes, Carla, gallbladder is on the right side, so no pain there. So I haven't had to use any of the pain pills. They gave me tramadol, which is a synthetic, opioid, and of course they gave me the oxycodone. And the first day home, actually first day and a half, I still was taking the tramadol, but I quit taking it 'cause I don't like taking, the opioids or narcotics like that if I don't have to. And since I really wasn't suffering, any major pain, I quit taking them. I've basically been using ibuprofen and acetaminophen to control, minor discomforts at this point, and that's been working very well. However, because of all the opioids that they pumped me full of in the hospital, because it was like every 6 hours they were giving me more pain meds, and and when I first came out of surgery, they had me on a fentanyl drip, and being, in and out of consciousness like that, I didn't even realize that the fentanyl wasn't doing much for me other than putting me to sleep. So I basically had to come off that stuff, and I did have some minor withdrawals, I do believe, from those narcotics. I was having sleep disturbances, night sweats, uh, involuntary muscle movements, that was the weirdest thing. Every time, just when I was just about to fall asleep, something would twitch. My arm would move a direction, my foot would twitch, my leg would jerk. Even my abdomen would contract. Or my neck would twitch. I mean, it was weird sensations, and it would instantly, bring me out of, what sleep I was just about to fall into. And this went on for days, well, for about a week now. But most of all that's cleared up as well. So I'm not having to do, let's see the slice. You talking about my incision, Scott? No, I'm not showing that. But I do have a picture of the tumor that was removed. I will be posting it um, in a little video, and then I will link that later to a community post. With warnings. I mean, this is graphic stuff, so we will, be doing that. I'm not sure when. So that'll be available in the next couple of days. And hold on, I gotta take off my hoodie. It's getting warm out here. It's raining right now, by the way. Not real hard, just drizzle. So the other thing I've been dealing with, which is two things I think has been my biggest issues during recovery, has been one has been sleep. I'm able to go to sleep. The problem is I dream all night. I mean, from the moment I fall asleep to the moment I wake up, I'm having dreams, and these dreams are themed dreams, and they run continuously. So I can be asleep for a couple hours and wake up, have to go to the restroom, and when I wake up, I'm waking up out of the dream back into reality, and then I'll lay back down and go back to sleep, and the dream picks up right where it left off. I mean, literally, it's almost like I hit pause on the DVR and got up and then went back to bed. And when I fall asleep, the play button gets played, and I pick right up, out of the dream. Last night was kind of a fun one. I was in a spaceship, and we were on a 3-month journey to Alpha Centauri. Me and about 130 other people. So maybe some of y'all were with me. I don't know. And but we had to make 3 stops on the way. So that was interesting. So sleep disturbance, I think, has been my biggest problem at this point. Um, that I'm not really getting any rest. So I wake up tired. It's like today, I woke up with a headache because I don't feel like I've had any sleep because I dream all night long, and this has been going on since I got home from the hospital. The second issue, which I don't know if this is a big problem or what this means, but I've had this insatiable hunger. I mean, insatiable. I cannot quit eating everything and anything. And I've done some research and to make sure that this wasn't an adrenal dysfunction, because I know adrenal dysfunctions can cause certain salt cravings and other things, and fatigue and headaches and dizziness and weight loss. But I'm gaining weight. I've actually since I've been home eating like I've been eating, I've actually gained almost 10 pounds, surprisingly. So yeah, that ought to be interesting to see what happens weight wise with this mass removal. Because looking at this mass, it was a hungry little thing. It was eating up all the nutrients that I was consuming and just growing bigger. And I found out that these things can grow, on average, they grow at a rate of 2 to 5 millimeters per year or something like that. And so that means I've had this thing probably for 15, 20 years. And it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, yeah, the dreams and the insatiable hunger. And when I say insatiable hunger, I mean I'm full, but I still have to eat. I can't control myself. So I've been eating everything from chips to olives to pickles to chocolate to vegetables that I don't eat. Like for example, I had a huge craving for Brussels sprouts. I hate Brussels sprouts. Oh, they're horrible. But I went and found a recipe online, and Scott helped me make it. It's actually a very good recipe. I'm very shocked. If my mom made Brussels sprouts like this when I was a kid, I would have ate them. But it's basically Brussels sprouts that were fried in a little bit of bacon grease, and then covered and smothered in a cheesy cream sauce, which was very very good. And then last night I had broccoli craving, and I'm not a big fan of broccoli either. And usually when I eat broccoli, it's got to be, I mean, literally drowned in cheese um, in order for me to eat it. And but last night I made a broccoli and potato soup, which was absolutely phenomenal. I even made a lentil soup a few days ago, and that was okay. Scott really liked it. It was one of those things that I could, take or leave. So we also are having a craving for black eyed peas. I don't like black eyed peas either. Um, so it's really interesting that after all this, I'm having cravings for certain vegetables and foods that I normally wouldn't eat, that I don't like, that I know I don't like, but I'm having cravings for them. So that tells me that my body knows better than I do, and there are certain nutrients in these particular food items that I need and that my body wants in order to heal. So, so yeah, so we're eating them. We just got to find recipes that make them palatable to me. Oh, and that's another thing too. I've been having some anesthesia side effects, which is interesting. I've done a lot of research. When you're basically laying in bed with nothing else to do, Google becomes your best friend. And so I was doing some research, and I'm having a taste dysfunction. Tastes are weird. I mean, things that I normally would like taste very strange. Things that I don't like taste good, like the Brussels sprouts and things like that. And one thing I found is I've always liked the what do they call it, the bread and butter chips, the pickles, sandwich pickles, and the butter chips, which I've always liked. Those are really good. However, since the surgery, and I'm having this taste dysfunction due to anesthesia, which can last up to a year, by the way. Um, they taste like candy. I mean, it's really really weird. They taste like candy. So things that are sour or bitter have almost a sweet component, which is really kind of interesting. But things that are sweet still are sweet too. It's like chocolate. I haven't had any problems with chocolate. I can't eat a lot of that because of the cocoa fat. So I have to avoid certain fats and things like that, milk fats and you know saturated fats and stuff because of the gallbladder issue. In time, I can eventually reintroduce those into smaller quantities. But so far, some of the side effects from having my gallbladder removed that I was expecting, I haven't had that as well. Oh, Carla, a good question. How long were you under anesthesia? From what I understand, just around 4 hours is what it took the surgery. So I say anywhere between 3.5 to 4.5 hours. And during surgery and post-op recovery, didn't really have any issues with the anesthesia. No nausea or vomiting, anything like that. Nothing that they told me about. Um, Most of my side effects from anesthesia has been post recovery side effects like the taste dysfunction, some sleep disorder, things like that. But it's kind of hard to tell what was the opioids withdrawal versus the anesthesia. I know the taste dysfunction is definitely anesthesia. I've had some cognitive disconnect as well. Not really confusion, just kind of that feeling like I'm sitting beside myself sometimes. That can also be related to the anesthesia. So yeah, so that's pretty much covers all of that. I haven't had any post-surgery complications that I'm aware of, or anything like that. So if you got any questions, now would be the time to ask them. I'm going to go back through some of the comments and take a look and see what I've missed. Oh, it looks like I made Beth hungry. I actually talking about the food earlier is making me hungry too. Fairy patch. No, tramadol. It's a synthetic opioid. Basically a synthetic version of oxycodone, from what I understand. Uh, Roasted. Carla, spam. I don't know why you're asking spam question mark. Nope, there will be no spam here. I don't care how hungry I get. Okay, let's see. Okay, went back, never coming back down. Sprouts with bacon and a touch of honey. I don't know about the honey on the sprouts, Andrea. Something I'll have to try maybe. Kelly and Cal, that's interesting. Kelly and Callie says surgery can do weird things. When I woke up from mine, orange juice and soda crackers tasted absolutely divine. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Things that's got that the sour component to it are just absolutely amazing when it comes to flavors. Todd, no can do with the ice cream. Lactose intolerance. Jeff Donald. Thank you so much for your little care package. Yeah, I've had a couple of those devil dogs. Um, I'm going to reserve my opinion on whether I like them right now or not because certain foods just either have no flavor or they don't have a good flavor. And I'm noticing with these devil dogs is they seem to be very plain to me. Not much flavor at all. And that's got to be part of this taste dysfunction due to the anesthesia. So we will revisit those every once in a while just to see if the taste change. Gwen says, my tasting usually lasted about 6 weeks. Yeah, from what I've been researching, 4 to 6 weeks is basically the average for the taste dysfunction. But it can last up to a year. Certain side effects from anesthesia can actually last up to a couple years. Um, Todd, they ask you when they were putting me under. They asked me to count backwards from 100. No, actually, they didn't. When they put me on the table, they told me they were going to give me something that's going to relax me and put me to sleep. And they went to inject it, and I think she pushed it too fast in the IV because it started to burn right where the IV entered my skin. And I made the explanation, "Oh, that burns." And the anesthesiologist, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." And she slowed down the push, and that was it. I don't remember anything after that other than waking up in my hospital room. Cheryl is asking, "Are you burping a lot?" My husband still does, even though it's been 30 years since his gallbladder was removed. In the very beginning, when I was in the hospital, the first few days, yeah, I was actually burping quite a bit. That actually, I was doing more than that than what they wanted me to do. They were very adamant that I passed gas. They want to make sure my intestines were awake, I guess. That didn't actually happen until after I came home. Um, but since then, the stomach gas hasn't been too much of an issue. I've had a few small bouts of heartburn, but that's basically it. Carla, I've actually already had my follow up with my surgeon. He says that everything looks good, the incision looks good, no sign of infection, everything seems to be great. My lab test all came up fine. The mass was benign, non cancerous, so he said there's no reason that I need to see him anymore, unless some type of complication occurs or something like that. But I do have to follow up with my PCP, but I don't have that date yet. Sophia, no. Basically, post-op advice has been very minimum. I was told basically to stay away from fatty foods, greasy, deep fried foods, things like that, for a while, and then over time I can start reintroducing them little by little. But but apparently the liver still makes bile, um, even though you don't have a gallbladder, and somehow it gets it to your small intestine. And some people do better than others with that. Hi, Helen. Thank you. Uh, I am doing okay. Amanda, anesthesia has a half life of 6 months. It can. It varies from person to person. Everybody reacts a little bit differently. I'm hoping I will be on the lower end of the timeline. Um, but right now, I think that the only The only two issues with the anesthesia I think I'm having right now is the taste dysfunction and this feeling of missing time. My internal clock was always pretty accurate. I mean, I could set a timer for 10 minutes, on the stove for cooking something, and then know when that 10 minutes was up before the timer even went off. I'd be coming up the stairs into the kitchen just as the moment the timer goes off. Since surgery, my clock is off by a few hours, it feels like. So I'm hoping in time that that will come back. Oh, hello, Don. Thank you, and I'm sorry you're totally locked down because of COVID. Um, this whole COVID crap sucks. Hello, Jack and Luke. Yes, it's nice to be able to sit out here. I haven't been able to sit outside much. I've been trying to get a little bit, walking around the house a lot, but walking does cause my abdominal area to get tight. Um, so I'm not doing a lot of walking right now. At least I'm trying not to. But I have been spending a lot of time in the kitchen cooking, and Scott's been a great help with that. He's been acting as a sous chef. I tell him what to do, and he does it. So I've been able to cook some of these recipes, which has been nice. Jeff, Jeff says, if you're lucky, Scott doesn't eat all of them. Talking about the devil dogs. Jeff sent a little care package. Sent some Scott some hot sauce and sorry, I don't remember what was in the other jars, but then he sent a box of devil dogs for me, and I don't know if Scott's had any yet or not. I think he may have had one. I'm not sure. So yeah, but thank you again, Jeff. That was a nice little surprise. Yeah, Gwen, it was kind of interesting. I'm laying there on the table, and the last question I remember asking them was, "Why does the lights overhead have three different colors in them?" They looked like they were high intensity LED surgical lights, and they had red, green, and blue LEDs in them. And no one in the operating room could answer the question. They're all like, "I don't know. We've never noticed that." And they all kind of looked up at the lights, and there is three different colors. So yeah, I created a new topic of conversation for them, I guess, during surgery. Why do the lights have three different colors? I still haven't found the answer to that one though. CJ surgery was about 4 hours. SB Narimus says, I come from Germany. It is so bad with healthcare in Hawaii, parentheses, USA. Um, some places in the USA, healthcare can be atrocious, difficult to navigate. My experience here in Hawaii with the healthcare system has been phenomenal. I mean, they were quick, they were to the point, they got things done. I mean, once I had the diagnosis of what this was, my surgery was scheduled in like 2.5 weeks, and poof, off the surgery I went. Um, so they wasted no time, and I'll be honest with you, with the general surgeons and the gastroenterologists and the surgical oncologist and all that, all those other doctors that I dealt with were fantastic. The biggest issue I had was with my PCP. My PCP sucks. Not going to name any names. They know who they are. And I am looking for a new PCP to do my follow up with. I refuse to go back to my current one. And because when was it? It was the week before surgery, a Friday before surgery. Surgery was on a Thursday. And the Friday before that, I had to go to my PCP to get pre surgery clearance. They needed to get a chest x ray ordered and some blood tests done in order to get me cleared for surgery. Well, I went to my appointment that Friday afternoon, and when I got there, I was told by the receptionist, "Oh, you don't have an appointment today." I was like, "What do you mean I don't have an appointment today? Today's my appointment day." And they go, "No, no, no, no. The your PCP called out for a personal day and canceled all of the appointments. And we called you at 8:47 a.m. and left a voicemail." My phone shows no missed call and no voicemail. So they dialed the wrong number or something, which really ticked me off. So, of course, I called my oncologist, and they were all pissed off about it because the PCP knew that this was something I needed done. So they should have set me up with a different doctor in the office that day or whatever. But nope, they didn't do that either. So basically, when I went the day before surgery, my healthcare vlog number two, flying over to Oahu, luckily, they were able to take care of all that day and get my chest X-ray and blood test, and chest X-ray came up fine. So basically, from neck to my pelvic areas, everything has been checked, looked at, all clean, no signs of cancers, tumors, or any other issues. So I've got a pretty much good, clean bill of health from all this, which has been nice. Uh, Jeff, actually, no, I didn't. Jeff says, yeah, the burping thing after surgery, they blow up your guts up to do the operation. Took a while for the gas to go away. Actually, Jeff, no, not with me. I didn't have a laparoscopic surgery. Mine was an open surgery where they actually made an incision. I've got an inverted V incision, going basically from hip to hip. It basically goes from my left hip up to my almost to my breastbone, sternum, excuse me, and then back down halfway to the other hip. So no, so that they didn't pump my abdomen full of air. I was opened up on the table, which I can only imagine what that must have looked like. Um, that's funny, Carolyn. Carolyn says, "I'm surprised you didn't try to film your surgery with your drone." Ah, that's hilarious. No, I don't think they would have let me use my drone. I did want to film the surgery, just for my own personal, viewing pleasure, I guess you can call it that. Because I'm into this. I'm sorry. I love, I love medical stuff. I love surgical stuff. I love volcanoes. I just anything that deals with science and learning and I'm fascinated by. Absolutely fascinated by. But they wouldn't let me film with my drone, no. But they did agree to take a picture of what they removed, which I will have that and I will get it posted in the next day or two. And I will put a link up on the community tab page and maybe even one over on my Facebook as well. Proxima. Again, since you probably weren't here for the beginning of the video, why am I wearing a mask? Because as you can hear, my neighbors are mowing their lawn, I'm allergic to grass, and sneezing hurts. So, by wearing the mask, I don't sneeze while I'm out here talking to y'all. Yes, Dawn, the tumor was benign, so no cancer. So boy, it looks like I'm behind on the comments here. Sharon, if you like this mask, you can get it off my Redbubble. Links are down in the description below. I sell this one. I've got some other styles. I have a Hawaiian hibiscus, and I have two lava faces. One is a cool lava face, and one's a super hot. And I need to design some more. Looks like Dana already put a link in there. Thank you, Dana. Hi, Anisa Leg. It's nice to see you again, too. Okay. No, Dana, I have it on live. I just had went back through to look at some of the questions, and I've been scrolling through, catching up, trying to get all the questions answered. So we are now caught up. Charles, have I had my thyroid checked? Not directly, but everything has been checked, you know, through this whole process. They did a complete blood panel on me, hormone levels, you know, cancer stressors, or antigen checks and blah, blah, blah. So no, my thyroid's good. My thyroid's good. I know people, I've had people say, so I just got a big Adam's apple. I mean, it's like this whole area right here. So no, it's not a thyroid issue. And I have no other symptoms of thyroid dysfunction or anything like that. So, okay, any more questions? Because I think I've pretty much covered everything. I still got probably about another 4 weeks of recovery before I will be up to my normal activity levels. But I have noticed that my energy levels do seem to be up a little bit. I'm getting very anxious, basically sitting around doing nothing but playing on the internet and watching TV and all that crap. Crater Lake videos in the future. Yes. I do want to check into that. I don't think I'm going to be doing a volcano watch update this month. I'm hoping for December. We will. So I'm hoping in December I definitely will be back to the volcano watch reports. But sitting, you know, there at the desk for long periods of time gets, you know, uncomfortable. I have to remain kind of inclined, and I've tried working on some of the stuff on my laptop, but I just can't do it comfortably. So I think I'm going to skip it this month. But for those that are interested, I have, you know, looked at the reports. There's nothing significant going on. There's been no significant changes or anything like that. So pretty much status quo from last month carries on into this month when it comes to the volcano and the Halemaumau Crater Lake and the East Rift Zone and all that good stuff. So okay. Looks like yes, Doom Chaser, the lake is still rising in its water level, and that will probably continue to occur until something changes. And yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it, everybody. So I'm here. I'm doing better. I'm at home. I'm recovering. I'm feeling better, just dealing with the surgery recovery stuff. For those, of course, just joined. The tumor was benign. No cancer, so that's good stuff there. The only complaints I have right now is sleep dysfunction. Mostly the dreams all night long. It's kind of interesting, kind of fun, but I don't feel rested because of it. And then the insatiable hunger, but I think I can deal with that for now. So okay, everybody, that's going to do it for this update, vlog number 4. I will keep y'all posted on my developments as they occur, but I don't think there's going to be a lot more. Um, Recovery is just going to be basically a rinse and repeat situation of eat, sleep, rest, and stuff like that. So maybe in a few days I'll see if Scott will take me for a drive around the neighborhood, and we'll do a live stream, whatever. So yeah, everybody, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you want to help support the channel, because like I said, ad revenue for this month is pretty much non-existent, because I'm not going to be doing the volcano watch report or anything like that. um, I would definitely appreciate that. So even though I'm at home, I still have bills to pay, cost, expensive websites, all that good stuff. So anything y'all can do to help would appreciate it. Even buying face mask or any of my other merch, that all comes in and helps as well. So thank you again to everybody out there that has sent in the donations. I will be sending y'all a personal email. Oh, mahalo, Andrea. I do appreciate that super chat of $10. Uh, and for those that have, like I said, already made a monetary donation through the donation links, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. And I do know who you are. And I will be sending you a personal email saying thank you. So be looking for that. It's probably going to be a few more days out. I'm basically, able to get one or two out a day. Um, Oh wow, Brad! Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, that was a $5 super chat from Brad Snyder. So yeah, so be on the lookout for those emails if y'all did that. And I know Todd, he's one of the supporters there. So Todd, since I got you here, I'm going to go ahead and say a personal thank you there. I noticed that you also did the donation, and you bought a shirt off my Redbubble. So yeah, I do appreciate that. It all helps more than I think y'all really realize at this point. But Andrea, I know it's not a lot, but it's not the amount. It's the thought, and it all adds up. So when you all come together and you all give a little something, it makes a big difference. So this is not an individual thing. This is an Ohana thing, a family thing. Um, and it's amazing that y'all are supporting my channel and me like this. It's very humbling. Oh, Laura, wow, thank you. I do appreciate that. Laura Todd, a 9.99 super chat. So, uh, yeah, so if links to all the good stuff, the merch, the donation link, and all that stuff is down in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because I've been sitting out here for almost 45 minutes, and my abdominal muscles are starting to get a little sore. Laura, I don't know either. YouTube can be weird sometimes, but 9.99 versus 10, it all goes to the same place, and that is to help keep me and the channel going while we recover through the surgery. So again, thank you so much for that. It's all of it's just greatly appreciated. So okay, everybody, I know I've said bye a few times, so I'm going to say it one more time. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate the support. And y'all have an absolutely amazing morning, afternoon, or evening,